defense had a day, Charlie, for about 50 minutes. But that defense to start the game and for those first 3.5 quarters was, I think, what we were expecting coming into this season. They stopped the run. I think they only had 20 carries for 70 yards, turning Minnesota into a one-dimensional offense. Carson had it rough. I know they had a couple of injuries go down, but by and large, what do you think is the reason? I know we had some healthy bodies come back, which was good. Deshaun Elliott, big injury return, a big return from injury, and had a big game. What do you think is the biggest reason that we were able to turn this switch on this game? And what can we do so we don't have those breakdowns at the end of the fourth quarter?
Yeah, they controlled the line of scrimmage up front. I mean, Benton, we have to give him credit because we were harsh on him over the last couple of weeks. He showed up in a big way along, when you have everybody else on that, Cam is Cam when you get to that particular point. But again, Harmon showing up. That knee looks like it's healthier this week than it was last week. So when you see the disruption that was happening up front, it allows now the one-on-one that was happening by TJ Watt and Nick Herbert. Both of those guys played off each other extremely well. They had big games. Even TJ with another interception, from the defensive side. So when you are still able to create turnovers, still able to put pressure and hitting Carson Wentz, even when he's delivering the football, those are things that all kind of play itself out. And now your eye level goes from reading coverage, looking at the protection. And when that happens, it plays into the defense's hands.
Patrick Queen is turning into the leader that we thought he could become. He had a game yesterday. It was very cool to see how involved number 6 was. It seemed like in any given play, he was active. That's the best I think he's played in a Steelers uniform. Do you agree?
Sideline to sideline. I'm used to him coming up, making a hit, but he was making plays on the sideline. And you could see that, obviously he has experience in this league, but now everybody is playing off of him because now he doesn't have to set everybody up. You do this, you do that. Hey, he is doing his job. And this is the Patrick Queen that we all anticipated having when he signed with the Steelers. And it's really good to see because this guy's playing lights out.
7 sacks, got a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Nick Herbig, another big game, showing why the coach is going to have a tough decision when Alex gets healthy on who is going to get the bulk load of the snaps on that end position, because he's played that good and he's been that impactful. The secondary played really good. Justin Jefferson, you can see what their strategy is. They're trying to keep everything underneath. You can't stop Justin Jefferson. He's going to get his. He's that good. But I thought they did a pretty good job of containing him after that first drive or two. Now, obviously, in the fourth quarter, some things got leaky. Jalen Ramsey getting hurt is a big thing. I thought he pulled up on that interception return or that fumble return for a touchdown they called back. So that's when he tweaked it initially. He tried to go back in. Coaches probably should have kept him out after that because those hamstrings are tricky. Me and you both know there is so much uncertainty when you tweak a hamstring and it can get really bad really fast. But the secondary, who we harped on last week, finally getting healthier. Still no JPJ, but Deshaun Elliott back. What happened on that play to Jordan Addison? I know Greg Olsen, who I think does a phenomenal job calling the games, broke it down. From your perspective, do you agree with Greg Olsen's breakdown that it was quarters on one side, cover 2 on the other, and that Chuck Clark just tried to adjust at the last minute and it didn't get through?
Yeah, when I go back and look at it, and of course Jalen Ramsey's injury happened early, but he played kind of through it, but he didn't have to really accelerate 100% until that final play that he got hurt at the end of the third quarter, which changed the defensive back in off of it, because now they're using big nickel. And people were asking me, what is big nickel? I'm like, I'm not sure what it is in this particular defense, because this was the first time they actually had to run it. And because they had to run it, now all the people on it from a communication perspective didn't get the call. It looked like when they broke the huddle while watching it, Chuck Clark is trying to change the coverage and nobody's looking at him. So all of a sudden, only one person looked at him, and that was Deshaun Elliott. Darius Slay to that side didn't even see him when he was trying to change protection. So while everybody else was playing cover 2 on the right side, and even in the middle of that defense, the 3 people to the left, Clark, Elliott, Slay, they were playing cover. Well, Slay was playing cover 2. Elliott and Clark were playing cover 3. That's where the bust happened, because Slay was and Clark wanted him to get back into deep third on his side. He played cover 2. Addison ran straight behind him. That's how he got open from a miscommunication standpoint. So if you go back, you'll see Clark just clapping, trying to change it, and everybody else didn't get it. And like we always talk about before, hey, I don't care if the call didn't come in from the sideline, but everybody has to play the same defense to not allow a leak like that to happen. But
Right.
one person that didn't allow a mistake to happen was Peyton Wilson. We
Right.
saw the speed that he had. That little stumble by Addison allowed Wilson to catch up to him, making and diving and really going all out to make that tackle. And without that tackle, now that doesn't bleed off an additional minute of the clock that the Vikings had to burn, because they would have scored there. Then from there, Steelers, you don't know what's going to happen, but anticipate them going 3 and out. Instead of the Vikings getting about a minute and 2 seconds, now they would have 2 minutes and about 4 seconds with one timeout with the 2-minute warning to put a drive together. That's how big of a play that Peyton Wilson play was, because it forced them to run 4 more plays and burn another minute off of that clock.
How many linebackers can hawk down a wide receiver? And I think he was a good 20, 30 yards away from him when he took off, between Jordan Addison catching the ball and Peyton Wilson taking off towards him. There was about a good 20 yards of separation, and that man ate that space up quick. That's why we drafted him, right?
He's known for his speed. That's exactly why you brought him here. You didn't anticipate him making that play there. You're talking sideline to sideline, but that just shows, his versatility to be able to open it up and be able to track down a receiver in the manner that he did.
All in all, it was refreshing to see the defense, a couple of blown assignments, but it was refreshing to see the defense play the way they play. And I think this bye week is coming at a very crucial time for us as we get some bodies healthy. Usually these early bye weeks, I don't like them because you would want them later in the year when things are getting accumulated, injuries are accumulating, but we obviously need it now. So I think it's coming at the right time.
We need it now because right now, there's the reports already that Jalen Ramsey going to be out a couple weeks, along with Calvin Austin, because he went down in the game and didn't return, and he went to the hospital to get evaluated. So there's going to be 2 people right there that you're starters that you're not going to have. We don't know what's going to happen with Highsmith here in a couple weeks, but either way, the bye week comes at a very good time for the Steelers.